It's called Snapchat, and if you haven't heard of it yet, you will.
I think it's one of the hottest apps out there right now.
Hey Erica, I'm at the park. See you soon.
The app, which came out a little more than a year ago, has exploded in popularity.
Happy springtime, Mom.
The company boasts 150 million images uploaded a day.
I think it's cute. I like it.
That's more than 3 times what Instagram sees.
It's a fun way to say hi instead of just Facebooking or texting.
You can write a text or put a little smiley face or whatever on it.
The concept's pretty simple. Once you download the free app, you can grab a friend and take a picture of yourselves. Once you've done that, you can set the timer up to 10 seconds, then send the picture to a friend, and they've got about 10 seconds to look at it, and then it disappears.
It goes away. That's what's cool about it.
But some say the app with the ghost icon offers a false sense of security and even encourages sexting.
I think it's a little bit scary.
Sunny Galt is a mommy blogger from San Marcos.
Nothing is ever just gone. You can always trace stuff back.
She also worries about the message it gives kids.
It's a lack of accountability, basically. You're basically saying, you can send something and it won't come back to you and no one will never know that you sent it.
I don't think that preteens or teenagers should be using this app. They don't have a lot of self-regulation abilities at that age, and so this gives them the illusion of privacy.
Receivers can easily take a screenshot of the picture or video. The sender gets notified, but by then it's too late. Receivers can also simply take a picture of the picture. Snapchat's own privacy policy doesn't guarantee the pics go away.
Ladies ready to go?
The bottom line, if your young person is using it, talk to them.
I do think there needs to be that type of communication, and I think we need to talk about repercussions.
The parents should always make it clear that they have a right to oversee those conversations. At any age, kids are creating their own digital footprint, and it's very hard to erase that footprint once it gets created.
Ensuring the pictures are the only things that self-destruct.
Pretty awesome picture.
Erica Fox, Fox 5 News.
Another Silk Road may turn into a one-way street to prison for this guy, 26-year-old Blake Benthal. Feds say he was a mafioso of the criminal cyber world, one who sometimes wears shutter shades and goes by the username DEFCON. The FBI indicted him for running Silk Road 2.0 from this Victorian in the Mission, where security cameras kept an eye on things.
There were at least 10, probably 20, maybe more than that, FBI agents.
The feds sent a small army to nab him.
A handful of them had bulletproof vests on, and they were all sort of crowding around the door. They closed off the street, so you couldn't walk down the block, you couldn't ride your bike, you couldn't drive.
The FBI says more than 100,000 people use Silk Road 2.0 to buy drugs like weed, ecstasy, LSD, and heroin, and also fake passports, driver's licenses, and lessons on how to hack email accounts. Silk Road 2.0 was hidden in the deep web. It was operated on what's known as the Tor network, a special network of computers that hide servers and users. The site sprang up after the feds busted the original Silk Road last year. The alleged mastermind behind that site, Ross Ulbrich, now 30, arrested inside San Francisco's Glen Park Library. The feds found Ross because he slipped up, used his real name in a public message board. And tonight, it looks like Blake made the same mistake. The FBI says 2.0 server was controlled and maintained by Blake at benthal.net. Reminding us of the popular saying, those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it, no matter how deep your web is.
45 seconds up. All letters, no numbers.
At Panic Room in San Francisco, you have to think outside the box.
Do you know how to do it?
You have to solve puzzles, crack codes, figure out clues.
This might be some variation of these 5 digits.
There's a 6, there's a 5.
To reveal more clues.
They have to be used for something.
Open a chest, a door, or another mystery.
There's a Stephen King book.
Within another mystery.
Are you sure it's Schofield?
All while the clock is ticking.
It's a very psychological game. It's very immersive, and we've done our best to put you on a full live Hollywood set, and you will have to escape from your own movie.
Oh no, wait, there's more in here.
Panic Room has become one of the hottest activities in the city. In a few short months, it's earned top ratings on TripAdvisor and Yelp.
We've had everything from companies to families to bachelor parties.
First, choose your own adventure. Break out of a sicko's apartment. Hack your way out of a startup complete with office props. Or escape from prison.
Nice!
All through logic.
So I think we have to fill this out.
Teamwork.
Something times 8.
And maybe even a little luck.
We made it out alive. My hair's a mess and I was like all sweaty.
Crazy and frustrated. I feel like my pulse is still kind of beating.
Panic Room says live action games first popped up in Budapest in 2011. It's become an insanely popular phenomenon in Europe and Asia, and only recently made its way to the West Coast.
You will communicate via a hole in the wall.
On a Friday evening, I joined a group of techies to break out of jail.
Let me out of here.
So we've been locked inside this cell for about 20 minutes. We're having a hard time putting together this puzzle and making sense of that crossword puzzle over there. And we also haven't figured out how to unlock these things. And taking a look at the cell next door, they seem to be running into trouble too.
We are in trouble.
There is no Google in prison.
After lots of confusion.
What's down there? 7, 8. No pressure. Do you have a code?
And dead ends.
It's half of a piece of paper.
We escaped with a few minutes to spare.
Oh my God!
This surpassed any expectations I had.
Had a couple twists and turns. Good challenge.
In San Francisco. Betty Yu, KPIX 5.
He knew his camera, and he knew it like it was part of an extension of himself.
Together, Jim Marshall and his Leica clicked, capturing the most intimate moments, as if he was letting us in on a secret. He got personal with the music greats Janis Joplin, Jimi Hendrix, the Grateful Dead, and the Beatles' last performance at Candlestick Park.
This is coming onto the stage at Candlestick, coming out of second base, and I was running backwards.
Jim died in 2010. He left his photo archive to his assistant, Amelia Davis.
When we were cleaning out his apartment, I came across a notebook that Jim had done.
That notebook was a mock-up of a project Jim started in 1976. It was called The Hate, a collection of never-before-seen photos Jim took in the late 60s.
In some ways, I feel like an archaeologist, and I'm on a dig, and I'm finding all these treasures.
Jim tried to get the book published in the 70s, but no one would bite, so Amelia decided to finish a project no one knew he started, about a love of a place, an era, and a state of mind.
It shows everything that was going on, not just the music, but the anti-war protests, the interracial marriages, the drug scene.
The Hate was ground zero for this global explosion of higher consciousness, fueled by LSD, rock music, and new political and social thinking.
Amelia called on author, journalist, and Jim's friend Joe Selvin to put words to Jim's art.
Obnoxious, abrasive, contentious, profane. But if Jim Marshall was your friend, you had a friend for life.
Joel wrote the history behind hundreds of Jim's photos.
It's a moment in time that was over pretty much before anybody knew what was happening. These pieces of history will never happen again. That's Brian Jones from the Rolling Stones. He also had the ability to really blend in, so he never stood out, and so people forgot he was there. So he could get those very intimate moments.
And there's a moment in time frozen and framed.
He may have been somewhere photographing a musician, but he also was looking around and seeing what else was going on around at the time. And a lot of photographers didn't do that. They didn't have that curiosity.
A curiosity that captured Bay Area history, and it all came from a notebook buried in photographs.
We finished what Jim started, and I think he'd be proud of it.
Mark Drucker sees the world differently.
I am moderately to severely colorblind.
Simply driving has always been a chore.
A hard time telling the difference between the flashing red and the flashing yellow lights.
Mark has a type of color blindness where the red and green cones on his eyes overlap, a genetic defect that left him seeing muted, dull colors for 45 years. Until that is, he found these.
I describe it like I've got a bit of a superpower now.
Enchroma CX sunglasses claim to transform colors outdoors from this to this.
I was doing the taking them on and putting them off, like, okay, that's really there.
10 million American men alone suffer from color blindness. We put the Enchroma CX sunglasses to the test.
Yellow, bright orange. Shirt looks blue to me, but with the glasses on, your shirt is definitely purple.
No glasses, what color is that tree?
The tree, the nettles, the branches all look to blend together into a dark brown.
When you put the glasses on, big difference?
Big difference. I can tell a distinction between the nettles and the branches. The nettles are much more vibrant green.
So here is a machine that we use for color vision testing.
We go inside the Berkeley lab where the CX glasses are made to ask creator Don McPherson how seemingly everyday-looking sunglasses can correct color blindness.
The glasses work by selectively removing certain wavelengths between the red and green cones that allow them to be, in essence, pushed apart again.
Translation, the defective red and green cones on Mark's eyes with these glasses on can see color like any regular pair of eyes.
An important aspect of just quality of life that you get from color.
But correcting color blindness wasn't Don's original experiment.
This happened almost by mistake.
The glasses were designed as protective eyewear for doctors doing surgery. But one day, Don wore them outside with a curious friend.
And my friend said, "Oh, those are cool. Can I borrow them?" And I went, "Here, wear them." And he said, "Oh, I can see the cones."
Bright orange cones. That friend, also colorblind. And just like Mark, the CX sunglasses opened up a new world where trees are green, flowers come in limitless colors, and a sunset can take your breath away.
But I get how amazing they are now, and I never really kind of was able to tell that difference before.
In Berkeley, Mark Kelly, KPIX 5.
Boxer Joel Ciapno of San Leandro goes by the nickname Quiet Storm.
I don't talk trash to me. I walk in the gym, put my head down, get ready, and I go in the ring, and I do damage, you know. I let my hands do the talking.
He has also trained his hands to do medical work.
Nursing school is long days and short nights. There's grueling hours in clinicals, 13-hour days.
The 22-year-old just graduated from Samuel Merritt Nursing School in Oakland, but he's decided to put his nursing career on hold while he turns pro as a welterweight. I saw this picture of you at graduation. You got a stethoscope around your neck and everything. That's a much different uniform than you got here.
Yeah, it is. You know, I mean, I wanted to go to nursing school, and I believe in, you know, finishing what I started. I wore the stethoscope around my neck proud. You know, I went up to grab my diploma proud.
With nursing, you're helping people. Boxing, you're hurting them.
That is true. There are coinciding values there, but what can I say? I love to fight. Nursing is something I enjoy too. I get a lot of satisfaction from knowing that I've made an impact on someone's life and I help them get better.
And in the ring, you're impacting someone's face.
And that is true. In the ring, I'm impacting someone's face, but I love to fight.